didn't see you there. I was busy practicing my characters. But congratulations on getting into Nsli Y 2017. Get ready for 6 weeks of unparalleled fun.
Alright, so last year we got some advice to go to a bunch of random stops and try to find cool restaurants and places, but that was really difficult and time consuming.
So, this year we'll help you and tell you where to go before you get here.
You only have 6 weeks, and that may seem like a long time, but it goes by pretty quick, so you want to make sure to make the best out of every single free time. Some great places to go are museums. This one here is the Shanghai Science and Technology Museum or the Shanghai Natural History Museum. They're really interesting and they're worth your time.
You can also go visit Zhongshan Gangyuan, where you can practice your Chinese with Chinese people, listen to traditional Chinese music, and see elderly people dance.
But remember, don't be late for check-in. Keep that in mind when you're on the subway. Speaking of subways, don't forget to buy yourself a Metro card. You can pay for subways, the taxi, and sometimes you can buy food.
This trip is a really good opportunity to make new friends, but please remember, it's a time that you're supposed to be studying Chinese, so make sure you get your homework done and fully utilize your time with your tutors, because they can help you a lot. Some important rules to follow while you're on the trip is to make sure you follow curfew and stay in your rooms. If you want to hang out with the opposite sex, make sure it's in the hallway. And also make sure you get back before dinner, because we don't want to be mean to the chefs.
My favorite cultural activity is the marriage market at Renmin Gongyuan on Saturdays and Sundays from 12 to 5.
It's like eHarmony, but with umbrellas and marriage.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about food. One of my favorite places to go to is the Jing'an Temple Station, right off of the line number 2, because in the basement of the stop there's a bunch of really great dessert places and other really tasty treats, but then also across the street there's a really great restaurant called Lab 21 where they make my favorite dessert, which is a sizzling ice cream matcha brownie. But also super close, there's a really great curry restaurant that has really great prices as well as great portions.
But watch out! Your dude's on my tongue!
You can also go to Yidiandian, which is a really nice boba tea place, and you find it almost all around Shanghai. And it's a really nice place because they have a variety of drinks, and you can choose how much percentage like sugar you want in your drink, or if you want no ice or some ice. And if you want to add some boba in it, it's free. You can get a chongbai.
Or a dabe! But be careful, dabe 比较贵啊!
And it's a really good place because compared to American boba tea places, it's really cheap.
Having a dietary restriction in China is not very challenging as long as you know how to say your dietary restriction in Chinese. I am a vegetarian, but I eat fish, and I've never had a problem finding a meal at a restaurant.
You should also go to Yang's Dumplings, which is the McDonald's of China, but for dumplings. They have really good soup dumplings, Shenzhen Bao, pan-fried soup dumplings, and they're only 8 yuan for 4 pieces.
But be careful, you might burn yourself.
Also, don't be afraid to talk to locals. People are usually nervous to use their Chinese with native speakers, but there's really no need to be. Seeing that you're a foreigner, they're not going to expect you to really know anything. So when you can speak anything, they're going to be praising you, they're going to be really excited. So just use it as a time to practice and meet new people.
Host families is a really cool part of the trip. It might seem really scary the first day, like when you get in the car with them and they're asking you so many questions and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know that much Chinese. But by the 3rd day, you'll be okay. It might be scary at dinner, but it'll really be fun. And they'll take you to a lot of interesting places, like we went swimming, and I actually met someone that works at the consulate in Israel, so that was a really cool experience at the swimming pool. And they took me to a water town, which was really cool. So just have a fun time with them.
But always remember what you're in China for, to学中文.
Host siblings really care about you. They decide to take you in because they want to help you with your Chinese and to learn more about the American culture. So it's just really important that you spend as much time as possible with them and really cherish every moment because you're only there for 2 weeks. Another thing I want to mention is that you should always keep your phone on you that they give you because it's kind of hard sometimes for them to contact you. So even if you're with your host siblings or not, just make sure to keep your phone on you at all times.
Now let's talk about shopping. So most of the stores are very similar to what you'd find in the US, but a very unique experience that you can only get in China are the markets. It's also provides a good opportunity to practice bartering in Chinese.
But remember, when you're in those fake markets, you always better watch your wallet, because there are a lot of pickpockets. We got some tips to help you out. Now it's your bargaining expert.
Oh, hello. Who is it?
Come on. Ha, sicker than your average. Papa twist cabbage off instinct. Niggas don't think shit stink. Pink gators, my Detroit players. Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. That's dead right. If the head right, Biggie there every night. Papa been school since days of under.
Blake, the bartering expert.
So John, a few tips being in China and bargaining. Prices are never set. You can bargain for almost anything. Look, for example, the watch on my wrist is quote-unquote a Breitling watch. Now everyone knows that it's a fake one, but it started at 2,000 kwai, which is the equivalent to
300 USD.
300 USD. Thank you, Zach. So then again, when you're in the market shopping in China, it's a loud environment, there's tons of people, but go in there with a mindset of what you want and how much you're going to want to spend. So as I said, this watch started at $300 US, but then I ended up getting it for about $20, so that's the equivalent to about 200 kwai. So I recommend that you go into a shop and you have a set price that you want in Chinese currency, and then if you don't get it, there's tons of shops all around that all sell the same exact stuff. Also, take this from personal experience. Do not go in an elevator up to the 7th floor, across a building, down a back hallway, down a back staircase just to make a deal. It's way too sketchy and it's just not going to go okay.
I hope this video has been really helpful, and I hope you guys have an awesome trip to China in 2017.
Right on, broski!